Have you ever noticed repeating numbers, perfect timing, or strange coincidences and wondered what do they mean? You're not alone. These aren't random events. They're synchronicities from the universe. And today, we're diving deep into their spiritual meaning and how you can start interpreting them. Hi, I'm Rainey Metta Chang, spiritual teacher and ascension guide. If you've been struggling with self-worth, past pain, or emotional heaviness, I'm here to help you clear away the root causes so that you may find deep inner peace and self-love. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. It's so wonderful to have you all here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get notifications when the channel has more information for you. And again, as always, leave me a comment because I'd love to hear from you. It means the world to me. So we're talking about synchronicities. Synchronicities were first described by Carl Jung many years ago, who said they were meaningful coincidences, events that seem too perfect to be random. They're like little winks from the universe guiding you on your path. Have you ever thought about something and then suddenly see a message related to it? Or maybe you keep running into the same person over and over and over again. These are signs that there is something bigger at play. Here are some common synchronicities you may have experienced, like seeing repeating numbers like 111 or 444, hearing the same phrase or song repeatedly at different places, running into someone at the perfect time. Like I said before, Carl Jung described synchronicities as meaningful coincidences. He saw them as signs from the unconscious mind and even the universe itself. His theory has a few aspects. There's the acausal connection, where some events are linked more by their meaning than by cause and effect. So for example, if you dream of an animal and then you awaken and you actually see that animal in real life, that might be a message for you. Carl Jung believed that we are all connected, all interconnected together, collective consciousness, as we've talked about in other videos, but how we are all one. And with this, we all share a deeper consciousness together. And this deeper level of consciousness is filled with universal symbols. And synchronicities tap into these universal symbols and guide us. And the biggest, most inciting part about what Carl Jung believed is that these synchronicities happen more and more when we are on a spiritual transformation, helping us to gain more self-awareness. There is an example Carl Jung gives about a patient who kept dreaming about a beetle. And then one day in their therapy session, a beetle literally knocked on the window. And that was the message for her to move forward with her therapy. There are all different types of synchronicities out there. There are numerical synchronicities, angel numbers, life numbers, where you see repeating numbers like 111 or 444, where 111 might mean new beginnings, and 444 might let you know that your spirit guides and archangels are close by. There are people synchronicities. Have you ever thought of someone and then all of a sudden you get a text message or a phone call from that person? That's not just a coincidence. It's an energetic alignment. You might even get message synchronicities where you're seeing a symbol or a phrase and it keeps coming up in where you're reading or what you're listening to. The universe is constantly sending us signs. So be aware of what is being repeated to you and listen to what it's saying. There are even situational synchronicities where someone is looking for a job and then all of a sudden the opportunity appears. These moments are meant to guide you. And today I did a oracle reading for this video, and I used Gateway of Light Activation oracle cards. And the card that came up today is amazing. Again, there is no coincidences. It is the divine matrix, and it says interconnectedness, synchronicities, and God incidences. This card means that everything is connected, that everything that ever was, is, and will be is connected by this invisible bond of energy, uniting every living being from the past, present, and future. This card reminds us that nothing is happening by chance, and that even when we can't fully comprehend it, there's a bigger plan unfolding. We are all part of something great. Not one thing in your life has happened by chance. Even when you feel like things are against you, there is a process that's unfolding in front of you, helping you to understand your connectedness to all things. Remember that the universe is always working in your favor and for your highest and greatest good. And to know that you may have felt loss, but nothing is ever lost, for we're all held in the heart of Source, and love is our connection to all things. Thank you, Kyle Gray. So how do you know what these signs mean? Well, here's what you want to do. Number one, you want to stop and think about, what were you most recently thinking? What was on your mind? What were you feeling when this synchronicity happened? You want to look for any patterns. Are you seeing the same numbers or themes repeatedly? Trust your intuition. The first thought or message that comes up is the message for you. That's what it means. And sometimes it's really great to jot down all the synchronicities that are happening, all the thoughts that are coming up around it, so that you can look at the big picture and see if there's a deeper connection with everything that's happening. Let me share a personal story about my synchronicity experience. I used to work in a hospital/school with children with disabilities. And I had a friend, a colleague, who would say, hey, you need to come and volunteer for this organization with me. Her friend had started it, and it was really a wonderful organization. And life happened, and I never got around to going, and I switched jobs to work in a new hospital. And at this new hospital, another one of my new colleagues said, hey, you should really join this organization where we volunteer with kids with disabilities to do rock climbing. Same program my first friend had told me about. And I said, oh, you know what? Let me show up one night. I go and I show up, and a lot of my patients are there. My previous friend from the first job is there. And I said, holy cow, this is really cool. And I met the person running it, who is this young man. And I thought he was very cute. Oh my gosh, wow. The story goes, I got kicked in the face by a rock climber, and I was embarrassed. And I was like, never again. I'm not going back to rock climbing. And I scurried away. And I was embarrassed because I got kicked in the face in front of that really cute guy who runs the program. So after I get kicked in the face, I decided I'm never going to go back again. And besides, my work schedule didn't allow me to go the evening that they volunteer. I end up having my boss come to me months later saying, we need to change your schedule. I need you to work late another day, so this evening is free. That was the evening that they all volunteered. So I decided, all right, you know what? I will go and volunteer. I show up, and at that same particular time, that man who was running the program was there. And I didn't know that months before, when I had met him, when I got kicked in the face, he was dating someone else. And in the interim, he had broken up with that person and was single when I showed up. And I had a crush on him, but I didn't say anything. And apparently he had a crush on me at that time too. And we became really good friends. The universe worked that the timing, the synchronicity of us getting together at that time was exactly right for us, because he had broken up with the person he was dating because they obviously weren't a right fit. My schedule didn't allow me to come to volunteer, and I wanted to do something really powerful with my life, but the timing wasn't working. The minute we arrived and we started to volunteer together, we became really good friends. The synchronicities get even crazier. I learned that he also worked in a hospital, and lo and behold, he worked in the hospital I worked in. We had been working in the same hospital for years without even meeting each other. Tiny, tiny hospital where everybody knows everybody. And we finally connect the dots. And then the next day we saw each other in the hospital. Never before had we seen one another. Fast forward, 20 years later, we are married and have been together. But that's my story of really powerful synchronicities. And this experience showed me that it's so important to stay open to the gifts of the universe. The universe is always communicating with us. I could have totally let myself stay embarrassed because I got kicked in the face and not gone back to the rock gym and not gone back to volunteer. But I did. And I'm so grateful that I did, because the urging of the universe was, here you go, you should do this. My schedule aligned and opened up. Some of my own patients were actually a part of the volunteering program. So everything was falling into place. And lo and behold, that was who I was meant to marry. So now that you know how to recognize synchronicities, what do you do next? Number one, you want to always stay open and receptive to all the signs and messages that the universe is giving to you and showing you. These signs are guiding you. And if you'd like a little bit of help on how to stay open, I have a spiritual awakening kit, which I'm putting it in the description box. There are meditations in there to help you keep yourself aligned, grounded, and receptive to receiving messages in your energy field. Another wonderful thing to do is to express gratitude. We're constantly being given messages, and it's really wonderful to show that gratitude to the universe, because it strengthens your connection with the universe and with these messages. And don't forget to take inspired action. If you are getting messages and signs to do something, trust it and do it. You will be so happy. Hello, someone who got kicked in the face and embarrassed. If I let my ego get involved, I would not have gotten to the next step. But I trusted my instinct that was telling me to go. Now I want to hear from you. Have you experienced any really awesome synchronicities? Leave me a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear it. Thank you for being here. And remember, the universe is always speaking to us. Are you listening? I'm sending you a lot of love, peace, harmony, and joy. Bye for now.